This message found you for a reason, and the date is not random. If you are listening to this on April 13th, then you are exactly where you are supposed to be at this moment. There is a quiet pattern in life that most people never notice, a pattern that connects timing, awareness, and opportunity. Today is part of that pattern, not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. And there is a reason your attention stopped here, even if you don't fully understand why yet. Stay with this, because what you are about to hear is not just another message about money or success. It is a shift in how you see yourself, and once that shift happens, things around you begin to move in a different direction. There are certain days that carry a different kind of energy, not in a mystical or unrealistic way, but in a psychological and behavioral sense. Research in human behavior shows that when people assign meaning to a specific moment, their actions begin to align with that meaning. It changes how decisions are made, how risks are taken, and how persistence develops over time. April 13th can become that moment for you, not because the date itself is magical, but because the mind becomes sharper when it believes that something important has begun. Many successful individuals have marked a single day as the turning point in their lives, not because everything changed instantly, but because they decided that it would. That decision quietly influenced every move they made after that. There is also something that most people are never told about wealth. It is not only about strategy, effort, or knowledge. Those matter, but they come later. The first change happens in identity. The way a person sees themselves controls how they act, and those actions create results over time. Studies in cognitive science suggest that the brain constantly filters opportunities based on what it believes is possible for you. If wealth does not feel natural to your identity, your mind will ignore or even reject the very opportunities that could lead to it. This is why many people stay stuck, even when chances are right in front of them. It is not because they are unlucky, it is because their internal system is not aligned yet. Tonight, this video is designed to begin shifting that system, slowly, calmly, and deeply, not through force, but through repetition and awareness. As you continue listening, your mind starts to relax, and in that relaxed state, it becomes more open to new patterns. This is not guesswork. It is based on how the brain processes information during low-resistance states, especially before sleep. When the mind is quiet, suggestions settle deeper, and over time they begin to shape belief, and belief shapes behavior, and behavior shapes results. There is another detail that often goes unnoticed. Many people who later become financially successful report that their journey did not begin with a big opportunity. It began with a small internal shift, a moment where they stopped seeing wealth as something distant and started seeing it as something that belongs to them. That shift does not look dramatic from the outside. There are no loud announcements, no sudden changes. It is quiet, almost invisible. But from that point forward, decisions become clearer, focus becomes stronger, and persistence becomes natural. What you are about to experience in this video is built around that exact principle. As you keep listening, you will begin to understand how your thoughts about money have been shaped over time, often without you realizing it. Some of those patterns were picked up from environment, from conversations, from early experiences. They settle deep and start operating in the background. This video helps bring those patterns to the surface and gently replace them with stronger ones, not through pressure but through consistency. And as that happens, your relationship with money begins to change. It becomes less stressful, less distant, and more natural. There is also a reason why listening until the end matters. The structure of this message is not random. Each part builds on the previous one, gradually guiding your mind into a state where it becomes more receptive. If you stop halfway, the process remains incomplete. But if you stay until the end, you allow the full pattern to settle. This is where real change begins, not instantly, but steadily. The kind of change that stays, the kind that grows stronger over time. April 13th can become the point where things begin to move differently for you. Not in a loud or obvious way, but in a quiet, consistent direction. A direction where your actions start matching the version of yourself that you are becoming. And that version of you does not chase wealth in a desperate way. It attracts it through clarity, confidence, and alignment. This is the difference most people miss, and this is what sets a new path apart from the old one. Stay with this until the end, because each word is placed with intention, each sentence designed to guide your thinking in a new direction. By the time this video finishes, you will not just understand something new, you will begin to feel it. And that feeling is what starts the real transformation. A quiet movement has been forming in your life, slowly and steadily, even when nothing seemed to be changing on the surface. It did not need attention to grow. It did not need recognition to exist. It has been there in the background, shaping your thoughts, guiding small decisions, adjusting your direction in ways that are easy to miss. Right now, as you continue listening, that movement becomes clearer, not louder, not dramatic, just clearer. There is a sense that pieces are coming together, not all at once, but in a way that starts to make more sense than before. Something has been building in your life quietly, and you are beginning to notice it now, even if you cannot fully explain it yet. The timing feels different. Your awareness feels sharper, your focus feels more steady, and as this awareness deepens, your mind begins to relax into the idea that you are not lost, you are not behind, you are not off track, you are aligning. There were moments when things felt uncertain, when effort did not seem to match results, when progress felt slower than it should have been. You may have questioned yourself, wondered if you were doing something wrong, wondered why others seemed to move faster while you stayed in the same place. There were times when success felt close, almost within reach, but never fully in your hands. That feeling stays with a person. It creates doubt. It creates hesitation. It creates a quiet tension that is hard to explain. You kept going, but part of you was unsure. Part of you was waiting for something to click, something to shift, something to finally make everything clear. You have felt that space between where you are and where you know you can be. You have felt the distance even when you were trying your best to move forward. And even now there may still be a small part of you that wonders if things will truly change. But right here, in this moment, something begins to move differently, not in a rushed way, not in a forced way, but in a calm and steady shift. Tonight is not like other nights. This moment carries a different weight, a different meaning. You do not need to fully understand it for it to begin. You only need to stay present with it. Tonight, something changes. The way you see yourself begins to adjust. The way you think about money begins to soften and open. The pressure starts to fade, and in its place comes a quiet sense of possibility. This is not about pushing harder or trying more. This is about allowing a new pattern to settle into your mind, gently and naturally. As you continue listening, your thoughts begin to slow down. Your breathing becomes easier. Your mind becomes more open. And in this state, new ideas can enter without resistance. You begin to accept simple truths that may have felt distant before. Money flows to you naturally. You are ready to receive. You think like a millionaire. These words are not just phrases, they are patterns, and patterns repeated in a calm and relaxed state begin to shape belief. Money flows to you naturally, without struggle, without tension, without constant effort. You are ready to receive more than you have allowed yourself to receive before. You think like a millionaire, not in a distant future but right now. In the way you see opportunities, in the way you make decisions, in the way you respond to challenges. There is no rush, there is no pressure. Each word settles slowly, creating space for a new way of thinking to grow. Money flows to you naturally. You are ready to receive. You think like a millionaire. The rhythm becomes steady, calm, and consistent. You are not waiting anymore. You are becoming someone who attracts wealth effortlessly. This identity feels natural now. It feels stable. It feels real. You are becoming someone who notices opportunities, someone who acts with clarity, someone who trusts their path. You are becoming someone who attracts wealth effortlessly, without force, without stress, without doubt. A calm sense of ease begins to grow inside you. Financial pressure starts to fade. You feel lighter. You feel more in control, not because you are forcing anything, but because you are aligned. You feel what it is like to live without constant stress about money. You feel what it is like to move through life with quiet confidence. This feeling becomes familiar, comfortable, and real. Money flows to you naturally. You are ready to receive. You think like a millionaire. You are becoming someone who attracts wealth effortlessly. The repetition continues, soft and steady, guiding your mind deeper into this new pattern. Money flows to you naturally. You are ready to receive. You think like a millionaire. And within this calm state, there is a quiet truth that settles in. You were meant to hear this today. April 13th is not random. It is a starting point, a moment where something began to shift inside you. You were meant to hear this today, and that meaning stays with you. The pace slows down now. Everything becomes softer, quieter, easier. There is nothing left to force, nothing left to chase. Relax. Everything is already aligning for you. Let your mind drift. Let your body rest. Let these thoughts settle deeper as you move into sleep. The shift has already begun, and it will continue quietly and naturally. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs this. And now, just relax, because everything is already aligning for you.